You've seen him at cricket matches, you've seen him outside courts, and you've seen his posts on X. But for a long time, about 9 years now, we haven't really heard him. Until now. India's bad boy billionaire Vijay Mallya, who had become the poster boy for India's bank defaults after he left India in 2016, he has spoken for 4 whole hours, proclaiming that he is not a chor. That's right, in a podcast with creator Raj Shamani, Vijay Mallya, who is wanted in India on charges of fraud and money laundering involving over 9,000 crore rupees, tells his story, saying that he can be called a fugitive but not a thief because there is no chori. Since you may not have 4 hours to really watch the whole podcast, here's a quick breakdown of the most explosive things that Mallya said. First, an issue which became a huge political flashpoint. Mallya said that he met then Finance Minister Arun Jaitley in Parliament before leaving India in 2016 and told him to ask the banks to sit across the table and settle with him. When Mallya had revealed this in 2018, Jaitley denied meeting him, saying that it was only a fleeting meeting while walking. Mallya now confirms that and says that he just met him, told him this one line, and then he flew out of India.
I have never said I went to his office and had tea with him. I just told the finance minister that I'm leaving. I need to go to Geneva for a meeting and will be back. Please tell the banks to sit across the table and settle with me.
Now the Congress, after Mallya's remarks, has once again lashed out at the BJP, asking why Mallya could not be stopped if Jaitley knew he was going to leave India. Mallya's second big revelation is now something that the BJP is using to slam the Congress. Essentially, he says that the economic downturn during the 2008 crisis affected Kingfisher greatly and money stopped coming in and the Indian rupee took a hit. As the global economy faltered, Mallya said that he reached out to former Finance Minister Pranab Mukherjee to tell him that Kingfisher needs to downsize. But he says his appeal was rejected.
I was told not to downsize. You continue, banks will support you. That is how it all started.
Mallya added that despite these assurances, Kingfisher Airlines was ultimately compelled to halt all flights amid mounting financial troubles. Third thing Mallya claims is that he did not run away.
Call me a fugitive for not going to India post-March 2016. I did not run away. I flew out of India on a pre-scheduled visit. Fair enough, I did not return for reasons that I consider are valid. So if you want to call me a fugitive, go ahead. But where is the chor coming from? Where is the chori?
Basically, during the podcast, he held up the debt recovery certificate of the tribunal and said that while the loan amount was 6,203 crore rupees and an interest of 11.5%, 14,000 crore rupees had been recovered from him. This was on the question of the widely reported debt amount of 9,000 crore rupees.
The banks have submitted a statement of account to me, which in itself is very strange.
He says that despite 15 reminders from his lawyers to the banks and a personal letter to the SBI chairman, he had not got the statement. Earlier, Mallya had approached the Karnataka High Court seeking a clarification on the loan recovery process. He was requesting a statement detailing the total recovered amount. Mallya also addressed a question on whether he'd ever return to India, on which he says he'd consider it on certain conditions.
If I have a fair assurance of a fair trial and dignified existence in India, I will think about it seriously.
Fourth, Mallya offered a rare and public apology to his former employees who had lost their jobs during this whole scandal.
I would say I'm deeply sorry for what happened to them. I would say that I'm deeply sorry that some of them didn't get paid their salaries. I have no excuses to offer. I take full responsibility.
He later alleged that the court had the money in reserve and he had filed a petition to release the salary of his former employees, but claims the court and banks denied it. Mallya also spoke about how RCB, the IPL team which has finally won the league after 18 long years, was born, saying that he had handpicked Virat Kohli.
I was very impressed with the pitch that Lalit Modi made to the BCCI committee about this league. He called me one day and said, okay, teams are going to be auctioned. Are you going to buy it? So I bid from 3 franchisees and I lost Mumbai by a very small amount of money. When I bid for the RCB franchisee in 2008, I saw the IPL as a game changer for Indian cricket. My vision was to create a team that embodied the spirit of Bangalore, vibrant, dynamic, glamorous. I paid $112 million, the second highest bid, because I believed in the potential. I wanted RCB to be a brand that stood for excellence, not just on the field, but off it too. That's why I tied it to the Royal Challenge, one of our top-selling liquor brands, to give it that bold identity. I handpicked players who could make RCB a powerhouse. My biggest pride was spotting Virat Kohli, a youngster from the Under-19 World Cup team. My inner instinct told me he was special and I bid for him. Getting Rahul Dravid as our icon player was a no-brainer. He was Bangalore's pride. We also brought in global stars like Jack Scarlis, Anil Kumble, and Zahir Khan. I wanted a mix of local heroes and international flair. My dream was to bring the IPL trophy to Bangalore, and I built the team with that goal.
Mallya also commented on the ease of doing business in India, saying that the system is deeply bureaucratic, politically fundamentally hostile to enterprise.
It is in the Indian DNA. No matter what a state or federal government may say, there are bureaucratic and political hurdles all along the way. I had to be in the good books of 29 chief ministers. During elections, I would leave the country to avoid being accessible.
Mallya, who fled to the UK after the Indian government revoked his passport, said that his freedom ended the day his passport was taken away. It's not a matter of life and death, but life has shrunk in many ways, he says. He ended the podcast saying that once the money has been fully recovered, he is ready to face trial for intention. He claims the environment was too hot and hostile for an immediate return when he flew out in 2016 and says there's nothing he can do about what people were saying about it.
I want to be remembered for the good things I might have done, not for being a chore.
This was, of course, Mallya's side of the story, and the other side is already in public domain. Let us know what you thought about this podcast in the comment section below.
In a world where business never stops, Mint keeps you ahead, any screen, anytime. From studios to the ground, Mint breaks down business, leadership and lifestyle, boldly, visually and smartly. From boardrooms to markets, from personal wealth to industry trends, we bring you the insights that matter.
Mint is doing brilliantly well. It's a well-read page, I would think.
What fuels India's biggest CEOs? Ride along and find out.
I have to work that much harder. I have to put that much more in.
Over the years. Earlier I could say, no, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
But now I can.
Want to invest like the pros? Learn from India's top market experts.
Things like that worry me about markets.
I don't want to buy a house to invest.
Your money, your future. We make finance simple. Step inside breathtaking homes and the creative minds behind them.
So we are at the house in Camellias. I think Camellias is the most expensive property in the NCR and probably the most expensive in the country.
India's real estate scene decoded. No jargon, no fluff.
Home buyers will have more bargaining power.
It's a great time to buy a house as well.
Some chase success, others create it. Meet the ones who made the impossible possible.
I don't want to be a doctor, I don't want to be an engineer, I don't want to be an accountant. And that's the most fragile thing. Poof, it will go away.
वो ताली ऐसी थी ना, इतनी addictive थी, मैंने कहा बॉस अब तो यही होगा.
We don't just talk business, we show it. And the world's watching.